Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Take a breath with Bree. Take a breath with Bree, and you will see that everything is going to be all right. Oh, I've been busy, y'all. So I came because so many of you guys, thank you guys for your support. You've been in my inbox and you've been asking me questions about why I decided to move. You know what? First thing is, I am so used to doing things with the rules that I set for myself. And sometimes I forget that I made the rules and I could break them. You know, I used to be like that with business too, with Braids by Sabrina. And I realized I was focused only and solely on pay off my house. I bought my house. First of all, let me be clear. I bought my house in 2000 for $190,000. And over where it is, for the, it's already probably at close to $1 million now. And my sole focus was pay it off. So you don't have to get out of debt, pay it off. Just like paid off my cars. Y'all still talking about, when you go trade your Mercedes in? I'm not. When I had a car note, my car note was $948. And now I don't have one. Yes, I have to put it in the shop. Yes, everything breaks down once you pay it off. However, I don't have no $948 car note anymore. I'm sorry, y'all. My kids would be upset with me for not doing my edges. I really could care less. Let me tell you something about happiness. When you get happy and you really start, not that you neglect your personal appearance, you just refuse to jump through hoops for your personal appearance. Look, I love myself. I love my skin. I'm 56 years old, and I just really can't go through all that. So, I'm happy to have my edges back. So I don't give a damn. Put some juices and berries on them. Anyway, but my point is, I decided to move solely because, well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was God. Okay. We was on our way to Alaska, and it wasn't a dream. So when God talks to me, it's through ideas, and he gives me, it's a download of information. And I couldn't see past pay it off. I had just put my house in a living trust, lock it down with all kind of stipulations so my kids couldn't lose it. You can't take no second out on it. Any man that you marry can't have nothing to do with my house, this, that, and the other, right? It was so detailed. But God had to show me, instead of locking it down, I needed to use this home to usher myself into a peaceful retirement, which is something I had not been thinking about. I had never in life logged onto the Social Security Administration in life, but I finally did. And guess what? I got my 40 quarters. Anyway, so God started me thinking, like, what are you going to do when you're 65? What are you going to do when you're 68? I'm 56 now, and I never thought about it. I've always had so much abundance. I'm so grateful, God. I've always had so much success in financially in business, always, period. And that's just the truth. And I'm grateful for it. So I never thought, well, what happens when you can't do those $2,000 heads? What happens when you can't do those $3,000 heads? What happens when, that business slows down? So I woke up right before we were leaving for Alaska, and I walked into the room to my daughter, my 23-year-old Jaden, and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to sell this house, and I'm going to finally buy that apartment building that I've always wanted to own. And when I say apartment building, I mean a duplex, triplex, or a quadruplex, whichever I can find. But California just doesn't permit that. So what you have to do is release attachments. Let's see. Am I attached to California? No, it's given me 56 amazing years. Thank you, grateful and wonderful. Am I attached to this house? Love this house, which is why you guys see me painting and scraping and patching and fixing walls, because I used to be married to a contractor. Thank you, Cody. But no, I'm not attached. When you break the attachment, you say, you know what? I want to live in complete peace. I want to be able to not worry about any form of bills whatsoever. So I need to have an income. So I have to buy 2 properties. So God gave me the plan. It was not mine. Never thought about it, never considered it. You never heard me talk about moving. So I did not start with New Mexico. I started on the other coast, and I realized I'm not running from no darn hurricanes, and I'm not running from no tornadoes, and I don't want to be where there's no natural disasters. And as long as y'all president is in office or in power, I'm not going to be in the South. So who I am today, this peaceful person who loves the grass and the trees, and the sound. New Mexico was perfect. Colorado was on the list. Montana was on the list. The cost of living still doesn't permit me to sell one property and buy two. That's the plan. The rest of my life will be peaceful. I will not be stressed out for any reason. So that's why I'm leaving. I'm going to beautiful Land of Enchantment. And how befitting, a place that is called the Land of Enchantment, a place that is rich in culture, a place that is spiritual in nature, a place that has amazing, beautiful landscapes. And the city that we're moving to now that we went on that first trip is called Rio Rancho, which is the city of vision. All me, all day. Anyway, so that's why I decided to move. And I just want to say once again to anyone who owns a home, because I'm going to tell you, I bought a house because I knew that's what you were supposed to do. I didn't understand the value of a house, and I didn't understand how that house could work for me. The only reason why I still have my house is because I am just that responsible person who never believed in taking out seconds or taking out loans on a property. So that's the only reason why I owe only $20-some thousand on a house. I had a 30-year fix, didn't ever take no money out, and always paid extra on the principal, and learned that concept in a dummy book. I read Home Buying for Dummies. It said, when you buy your house, get a 30-year fixed mortgage because you don't need to change it. They only had two types of mortgages back then, the APR and the 30-year fixed. And always pay extra on the principal, and not only pay extra, stipulate on your money order or your check that it goes to the additional principal only. So it's not even rocket science. Like I said, I learned it in the dummy book, and I'm just so grateful. However, now I'm in a different stage in my life. I just want a peace. I want happiness. I want love. I'm not so sure that I ever want to get married again. A lot of these men are broke. Sorry, guys. I'm not bashing, but a lot of these men now at this age, at 50 and 60, want to settle down, and they have no assets whatsoever and nothing that they can add to your life. But that's not what this video is about, so I'm not going to. I love y'all, but some of y'all, come on now. You're still sleeping in the same bed that you was in when you was 9, talking about you had to move in to help your mama. No, so I don't know that I need to be married again. I've been married a few times, and it was great experiences, but no. So he'd have to sign the biggest prenup ever. So now I am preparing my children to own property of their own, to understand the value of property, because I bought a house, but I didn't understand the full value. It's just the grace of God that I never lost it. But anyway, I never been a credit or take out loan type of person anyway. So all I could ask is don't do that. We don't know what's going to happen with this economy. The world is changing. You need to have some type of complete security. So I know I feel bad for people who have to buy a house today because it's astronomically high in California. I do. I feel bad. But if you can acquire a piece of property, hold on to it. Never take a loan out on it, and always pay extra on that principal. And you will be able to sell that property for a ridiculous amount of money, so much more than what you paid for it. I can't think of anything else that appreciates like property. My car sure didn't. My Mercedes sitting in the parking lot ain't worth what it was when I bought it. So it's the only thing. It's the only way. Anyway, I got to go, y'all, because I'm still working. But life is great. And this idea, I cannot even tell you guys how grateful I am that God kind of set me down and was like, baby, let me help you. You've done well. You've done good. I'm proud of you. But let me give you this idea. And this idea was not mine. It was God's. I love you guys. I got to go. Have the best day ever. Remember, you are great, and this is your life to create.